The only thing that isn't making me happy is the potential of Arsenal actually winning the league. And I'm going to speak to a man now who is convinced that that's going to happen. George, you're on talkSPORT, sir.
All right, mate.
Not ideal, actually, no, because I think that Arsenal are flying. It's all going well, and I believe that you're of a similar persuasion.
It's already done.
Already done? 90 minutes. City haven't even kicked a ball, and it's already done.
Yep.
Why are you so confident?
Pep who? That's all I can say. Mikel Arteta's got him under the thumb.
I mean, that's not true, though, is it? Like, I mean, it might potentially become true.
He has this season. Trust me. The football Arsenal play compared to City, no agenda.
So last season, Arsenal did very well in the head-to-head. Last season, Arsenal took 4 points off Man City. But the season before...
Liverpool.
But the season before that, Manchester City beat Arsenal 3 times. They took 6 points off you in the league, and they knocked you out of the cup.
But that was 2 years ago. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't think that we can say that Arteta's got Guardiola under the thumb when just 2 years ago...
I said this season.
But what have you seen from City to suggest that?
One signing, who's going to be a backup player.
Oh, what? Do you just think that the City squad isn't strong enough?
Nope. Haaland gets injured. Who are they going to play for the middle?
I think what they'll probably do, I agree with you, by the way. I think the decision to sell Alvarez is a strange one and one that could haunt them. I think you could potentially be right. I think the fact that they let Cole Palmer go could haunt them. But as things stand, look, I think there's been a lot of errors in the transfer market from Pep Guardiola. Calvin Phillips is an example. Mateus Nunes is an example. Mateo Kovacic is an example. But as things stand, Manchester City...
Who's going to back up Rodri? Come on.
The backup to Rodri is an interesting one. I agree with you. And I think Manchester City are very aware of that. I think Manchester City themselves are scared of that. Like, they've given him extra time off, for example. But
exactly.
Surely we also have to acknowledge that the squad that they have is capable of winning the league.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that, but they're 2-3 injuries away from crashing.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that I agree that it's going to... That the reason Arsenal are going to win the league is because City crash. Do you see a vulnerability in their squad?
No, nothing to do with City crashing. We're going to be too good.
You're going to be too good. Okay. Yeah. Well, there we have it from George. Arsenal are going to be too good. It's as simple as that. And without even seeing a ball kick from Manchester City, George has written off Manchester City's title aspirations. I am in envy of that level of belief in your team. Sadly, though, I do agree to a degree. I think that Arsenal are going to be a force this season. I think that there is something very special going on with this team. And the reason that I think they're going to win it, if I had to pinpoint one reason why Arsenal are in such good shape this season, it's the defence. They had the most miserly defence last season, and they've gone and strengthened it. They've strengthened a position of strength, which I believe is the hallmark of potential champions. Let's, in fact, hear from Mikel Arteta, who was asked after their 2-0 win over Wolverhampton Wanderers, whether Kai Havertz's form is the reason why they haven't brought a striker.
Mikel, you mentioned about Kai there and taking his goal as a number 9. Was that an example of why you haven't brought in a striker this summer? You have faith in him to play that role?
We have faith in him. We have faith in Gary. Leo is played in that position. So we have different qualities in there. And the best thing that we can do is trust the players that we have, try to improve them. They are so good. They are so willing. And that's what we focus on.
I'm very surprised there because I believe that if Arsenal are to win the league, the reason is because of the variety that they have in their goal scorers. Like there is this theory, isn't there, that Arsenal can't win the league without signing an Ivan Toney, without signing a Victor Osimhen. Whereas when I look at Arsenal's forward line, they've got goals galore in it. They've probably got 5 players all capable of scoring a dozen goals. And the way that Mikel Arteta likes to attack, that sort of effervescent front 3, front 4, with Odegaard pulling the strings, I don't think that they're reliant on a number 9, an archetypal number 9. So I think Kai Havertz with Gabriel Jesus can certainly do enough damage to opposition back lines to make sure that they can accrue enough points to win the league. Andy's an Arsenal fan. Andy, do you agree with me, or do you think that Arsenal do need to sign a centre-forward in order to solidify their chances of winning the league?
I'll be honest, I'm not even saying it has to be a centre-forward, but like I was at the game today and Saka took a knock. And I just think we'll weak that side. I think in in our front three, front four, if we don't sign someone, I genuinely think we've got a weakness. And if just say Odegaard, Saka, and Rice all take a knock, I think we struggle.
But by that logic, Andy, anybody would say that. You know, when you've said three of your most important and best players. When Liverpool won the league, if Firmino, Mane, and Salah had all taken a knock, they probably wouldn't have done.
Yeah, the thing is though, if you look at City over the last 5 years, they've had 2-3 in each position, and we're massively lacking that at the moment. Again, if we stay fit, I genuinely think we win the league, but without it, I think we do come up short again.
That's interesting, Andy, because look, you're going to be far more clued up on this front than I am. I'm a Chelsea fan. You're an Arsenal fan who's been at the game today. But from the outside looking in, the reason why I feel like Arsenal was so strong this season, the reason why you are actually my tip for the league title, is because of the depth. Like, the thing that I would say is depth. So, for example, up front, you have many options. Like, I think Leandro Trossard, I think he's a sensational footballer.
I love him.
Leandro Trossard is everything that I want Mykhailo Mudryk to be. I think he's a class act. He doesn't start for you. Gabriel Martinelli, when he's on form, if he can rediscover the form that he had a couple of seasons ago, is one of the most direct and threatening players in the league. Again, he's not a guaranteed starter for you. Gabriel Jesus, at what he does, is one of the best strikers in the world. You know, that pressing centre-forward, you'll struggle to find a better pressing centre-forward than Gabriel Jesus. Another example of a player that doesn't definitely start for you. Does that not demonstrate the depth that you have rather than the vulnerability?
All I'm going to say is when Jesus gets injured, our backup is Nketiah at the moment.
No, it's Kai Havertz. It's Kai Havertz through the middle, right?
Yeah, but then all I'm saying is then obviously he can't play every single game. So our backup is then Nketiah. So when Jesus gets injured, then our backup to Saka at the moment is Nelson. Our backup to Partey is Jorginho. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I think if we're 3 injuries away from actually not challenging.
I think that's probably true. I do think that's true, Andy. But then I think that's true for basically any team in the league. I think that's true. I think that's true of City this season. If Erling Haaland gets injured for City, what are they doing? Phil Foden as a false 9? It's not going to fill you with fear, is it?
No. Well, actually, when you say that, Phil Foden actually.
No, he's a world-class player, but he's not a world-class centre forward.
No, I completely agree. I just think with Arsenal, we know obviously what we're like with our injury. Do you know what I think it is? It's been 20 years, 21 years. I think there's always that doubt in the back of my mind that actually, all it takes is, and I think the money's there. Go and buy someone, again, who can challenge Saka. Go buy a centre forward. Obviously, I'm hoping Marino comes in. And I genuinely think if we get him and just a backup for Saka, a good backup, I think we win it.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.